Dear President Vladimir Putin, I'm so sorry that I was not your mother. If I was your mother, you would have been so loved, held in the arms of joyous light. Never would the stories plight the world unfurled before our eyes, a pure demise of nations sitting peaceful under a night sky. If I was your mother, the world would have been warm. So much laughter and joy, and nothing would harm. I can't imagine the stain, the soul-stealing pain that the little boy you must have seen and believed, and the formulation of thought quickly taught that you lived in a cruel, unjust world. Is this why you now decide no one will get the best of you? Is this why you do not hide nor away shy from taking back the world? Was it because so early in life, all that strife racked your little body with fear? If I was your mother, if the world was cold, I'd have died to make you warm. I'd have died to protect you from the unjust, the violence, the terror, the uncertainty. I would have died to give you life. Oh, dear Mr. President Putin, if only I'd been your mother. Perhaps the torture of unwrit youth would not within your heart imbue ascription to such fealty against that world that you thought was so cruel. Perhaps you would hold dear human life, and on this night, instead of Mother Russia, you would call me, and I would set your mind quite free with the love that only a mother can give, and only a mother can take away.
I actually really did. I really was kind of transfixed.
No, we're thinking about how if this woman had been born just a little bit earlier, she could have been Vladimir Putin's mother.
I was like, she could have honestly, like, she could have been my mother. Like, why stop at Putin? Like, she seems like an amazing mother, you know.
Except for the whole murder part, where because like one point it sounds like she actually is going to kill Putin.
There's a bit of a threat. There's a bit of a threat. There's a weird threat. There's all sorts of. I think it's a great piece of art. I responded to it.
This is, truly like Imagine, except better.
I've never had a video sent to me more often than this video. I think I've got 6 individual friends.
Established earlier that I was an old man. I think I remember like 12 years ago, I was living in South Korea when the Fukushima, the nuclear plant in Japan, there was the meltdown, and everybody's freaking out because of the elevated levels of rainwater and of radiation in the rainwater in Korea.
Yeah.
And so whatever the similar, whatever that metric is, like the amount of, that you use for radiation and decide what's safe and what's not safe, the levels of LA energy in this video are worse than anything I've ever seen in my entire life. And, because I have family there, I do actually go there pretty often. And this was a special occurrence.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you suggesting Andy as a cold open. I think that also, like, I've never been to LA and I've spent the last 9 years in New York. So like, when I meet sometimes, like, I think I met someone from LA and I was like, what type of fucking person is this? Like, we don't like, as bad as it gets here, we don't have that. You know what I mean? Like, I will say she looked like she was radiating sunlight. Like it was, that's part of why it's so transfixing, is that it was kind of a good acting job. But it was really, and she's kind of famous too. I think
she's been certainly better than anything she did on 90210.
She's in 90210. Yeah, that's my girlfriend has to tell me that one. But she was in the reboot, right? The reboot.
Yeah, the reboot, not the OG.
She would have been a baby. But I think she's a little bit older than she's looking. Like, she's like, yeah,
Putin's mom's age.
No, didn't you listen to the poem?
No, Andy. The whole point.
Yeah, if she had been born earlier, the way motherhood works, she would have been Vladimir Putin's mom.
The reason I know that she's a good mom is she took the Ukraine-Russia conflict and found a way to make it about herself and her ego.
All right. So as Americans are trying to figure out how they are going to handle this, right? That, we really object to it when other people launch mass murderous, unjustified invasions of sovereign countries. And so, At the same time, though, we don't want to start World War III, by intervening. So Americans are kind of at a loss for what to do, but people are coming up with creative things. So this woman, is trying the strategy where she reads Vladimir Putin a poem about how if she were his mom, then he he wouldn't have ended up like this, and also she'd be able to kill him if he got out of line. That doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense, but like I think there are other people who have better thought out strategies. So I saw this, for example, on Twitter the other night. Anna Kasparian posted this. This is from Fox. Bars, liquor stores in U.S., Canada are pouring out vodka to punish the Russians. So that should do it. Like if
alcohol abuse.
Yeah, if enough bars pour out onto the ground vodka they already paid for, then like that might do it. I mean, like that'll all of the like actually like devastating economic sanctions that are being put on Russia right now, like
right.
that will, but like that'll do it. Like if they do this.
Well, on the subject of nuclear war, I just hope that he doesn't see that and fucking nuke the West Coast. I would be like, if I was on the West Coast, I'd be like, no, stop it. Knock on wood. That shit actually scares me. But yeah, no. And then like in New York, like in DC, there was the Russian restaurant that was vandalized. And then we have, as the amazing pierogi Ukrainian restaurant, Veselka, which I do love, but like the line is out the door in the city. People being like, I mean, I get it, but like, yeah, the personalization of this shit is just Americans are better at that than at main character energy, and it's not just West Coast libs, right? It's also heartland conservatives that can make themselves into the main character.
There was also this that Nathan Robinson posted. Canadians being much smarter than Americans. They're not like reading Putin poems or dumping out vodka they already paid for. They're taking serious measures. There's a restaurant in Quebec that removed poutine from its menu because it sounds like Putin.
Yeah, I'm just realizing that I read that headline and did not fucking get it. I was like, oh yeah, because poutine's Russian. Like and I know it makes no sense, but it's just so asinine. I couldn't even grasp it.
Yeah, well, I think it's more French, isn't it? Because of the French fries.
Yeah, I mean, it's a right French Canadian thing, but it sounds like Putin is the point.
Putin. It's Putin.
So
Vladimir Putin.
Vladimir Putin.
Yo, let's make that meme. Vladimir Putin of like of Putin over like on a plate of fries, and then like we're gonna own him, right? Like make sure he sees this.
And he's
like
covered in
Trump.
gravy.
Yeah, exactly. Like Trump. We're gonna get him. I actually don't mind John Oliver. I think John Oliver does a lot of good stuff nowadays, but like I think even he admitted like, yeah, that shit was kind of dumb.
The Trump thing was extremely dumb. But I have a also though. All right. All of this stuff we can laugh about because it's really. Well, I guess one of them is directed at vodka companies, but but otherwise it's all directed at Vladimir Putin as an individual, which I could appreciate, like I didn't like it, when I'd be out of the country in 2003 or 2004, and people will like try to blame me for the Iraq War because I'm an American, so I think it's good to keep that one focused on Bush, keep this one focused on Putin. But we do have a graphic of something that disturbs me because this seems like a horrific form of collective punishment of the Russian people as a whole. Adidas has halted tracksuit sales in Russia. I don't think I could overstate how serious an escalation this is.
Yeah. Also, it's kind of just like a burn, right? It's like a petty burn. Or unless they halted all sales and whoever like clipped it was like technically they also
right. It's not just that they decided, presumably they halted all sales in Russia, but that would be funny if it was literally just like, you can still buy whatever else you want, but we're cutting off the tracksuits until you withdraw from Ukraine. You have been watching free public content from Give Them an Argument. To access every single episode of the show, the main show on Monday nights, all of the streams, all of the debate breakdowns, all of the patron-exclusive post-games on Monday nights, all of the patron-exclusive bonus episodes every week, and much, much more, go to patreon.com/Ben Burgis. I cannot resist ending this with, don't be foolish.